Cam has a flair for the dramatic, doesn't he?
He does.
Anybody yelling at him to get down?
No, I when I saw that he picked it off, I said he ain't going down. He gonna go score. And then I told him afterward. I said, he's like, Coach, I was going to score. I said, look, I'm gonna explain to you why in the future I need you to go down. But man, just happy that he was able to make that play. And it's good complimentary football right there. We went for it on 4th and 2 and came up a little bit short, and playing the odds that the time was against the opponent with no timeouts and just keep him out the end zone, and much less didn't know that we were going to end up with 7 points of our own.
Eli Wood had a critical touchdown in the first quarter to extend your lead. He hadn't touched the ball much recently. Right. What did you see from him today, and what let him get so many reps today?
That's right. So we had some cramping. Trail Trail was down with some cramping, and so he's a backup there. And then JT goes out the game with an ankle, and so now he's the backup at that position. So that's what caused so many reps. And he made a huge play that with the big long pass down there, I think inside the 10, inside the 5. But Eli really is kind of the glue that holds that position together. I mean, everybody in that room loves him. He's got a tremendous amount of respect. He's a guy that's been here for a long time. He's so unselfish. He doesn't care. He learns all the positions. He does whatever you ask him to do. And just so happy that when his number was called, he got opportunity and he made some plays.
How important was it for the offense to kind of get back on track, particularly scoring on that first drive of the game?
Yeah, it's the month of November, right? And the way we kind of outline our season, man, this is go time. This is where we gotta be trying to prime up and get rolling on all cylinders. And so it was important for them to get off to a fast start and put together some drives, score some points. I think in the first half, we had 4 scoring opportunities out of 5 drives. We missed the field goal there, but other than that, it was good to see them get going. And then when we needed to and late in the game, they were able to put together a drive to milk a lot of the clock to give us a chance to win the game.
You guys were a lot more effective on first down. I haven't looked at the numbers, but it felt like you guys ran a lot more on first down. How important was that just to get ahead of the sticks?
Man, it's huge. Everything starts really for us off the run game. We're at our best when we can run the football and have play action, set things up, and then also a 2nd and 5 call is a whole lot easier than a 2nd and 10 call. And so I thought Chandler did a good job in the passing game of checking the ball down, keeping us ahead of the chains. And then when we handed it off, I thought we were effective enough. And then we finally popped a couple. But staying effective, staying ahead of the chains gives you the ability to really access all of your offense. And for us, we want to attack, we want to be aggressive, but you can't be aggressive if you're not staying ahead of the chains.
Did you feel like you had some opportunities to separate?
Yeah.
You could have and
I felt
avoid that drama at the end?
I felt like we did, we had some things to improve in special teams, that kind of resulted in some missed opportunities, and we had a punt there that was on the 25-yard line that resulted in points, and then I rolled the dice and called the fake right there where we could have took 3, and it could have changed everything, and then that kind of that's one of those deals where you don't get it and the momentum kind of changes a little bit, and defense ended up bailing us out and getting a stop, but still it just created some an ebb and flow in the momentum, and then we picked it back up. So definitely thought it was an opportunity to separate, but that's stuff that we can go back and we can work on and improve throughout the course of the week as we get ready to play a good Wake Forest team at home.
We're just seeing those moments where things didn't go right. The fake that didn't convert. House was on the double.
Yeah.
Guys, in those moments that kept them.
They just continue to believe, that they're going to find a way to win the game. And the one right there on the trick play, we kind of knew that something was coming, didn't know exactly what. That field zone 42-yard line coming off of a change there. That's a prime shot. So we got to do a better job coaching right there to have our guys prepared to defend that. But this on the sideline, good energy. Guys just believe. They know it's a 4-quarter game, and then what we talk about a lot. And I told them before the game. I said, look, and I read this in a book that I was reading. It says a warrior is anything and everything the moment demands. Right. So I told them. I said, look, we coming in with an expectation of, man, we want to put the game away and not let it be close, but we're also humble enough to know that it could be a 1-score game. So we got to be prepared to be anything and everything the moment demands to find a way to win.
But not being able to separate offense from defense, obviously, the 2 stops even before the pick 6 in the 4th quarter, it's a 3-point game. What was the key for the defense?
Yeah, I thought the defense was doing a good job throughout the course of the day, man. We put them on a short field, right, because of the special teams, but you put the ball on the 25-yard line, right, that's at least 3 points, right, if not 7. And we had some traffic issues, had guys running into each other, and then they scored right there. But I thought they were doing a good job of getting enough stops in critical situations to put the offense back on the field with an opportunity to either change field position or go score points. And, I think the other thing, too, that we got to make sure that our guys understand is that, it ain't always about points. Sometimes it's about field position, right? And we also had some situations where we had on a safe punt return call, we had a blindside block and a holding, right, that put us in a -4. Right, so in that situation, realistically, if you get 1 first down, you win that scenario, and then you try to punt the ball out of there, right? So I wouldn't say it's a wasted possession, but when you're backed up, man, you're really just trying to make sure that you get field position and you don't give up, a safety, or you don't have a turnover down there, and you can put your defense back on the field with an opportunity to impact field position.
Earlier this week, you said you need to know where Olave and Forelli are on the field at all times. Olave went down pretty early, but Forelli, you guys were able to keep him pretty quiet. What did you do this week to prep for that?
Oh man, those are 2 really, really good players, 2 of the best in our league, and I hate that for Olave. That's just how you say it, correct? I want to mess his name up. I guess that's right. I'm the number 0, right? Hey, Olave. I hated that because, man, he's a competitor, and he really helps and makes their defense go. But the biggest thing was just trying to focus on what we do and strain for those inches that I said that we've been off a little bit offensively. And I thought the guys did a good job of straining for those inches. And then just with the ability to run the ball and then move the pocket, passing game, I think you're able to kind of keep people off balance just a little bit.
How do you address kind of the possibilities this team has while also focusing on the next game and going 1-0?
Yeah, because just keep the main thing. And at the end of the day, all that stuff down the road don't matter if you don't take care of the business in front of you. And I think the team has really adopted, that mindset and mentality that they know that we got to do it one step at a time and focus on what we can control. Constantly reminding the guys to simplify their life, cut off social media. And it's only going to get hard this week because, this is the week where they start doing all the rankings and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, I can get ahead of it and tell the guys, like, none of that stuff matters. And really, from the beginning, I told them that preseason rankings don't matter, midseason rankings don't matter. The only ranking that matters is where you're at the end of the season. And if we don't take care of business week to week, then we're not going to be in that conversation.
Is this kind of where your experience at Clemson, from having been through that before, can really help this team navigate that territory?
If they'll listen. If they'll listen, you're dealing with young people. But so far, I've leaned a lot on just the many things that I observed and watched and listened and heard Coach Sweeney do with the teams that I was a part of, and really how do you create that mindset and that mentality, because that's really what it is. Everyone calls them the cardiac calves, but really it's a mindset, man. These guys believe, right, they're going to find a way to win, right? It's a mindset, and then because of that mindset, they're able to go out and just find a way. And so try to get ahead of it. Won't talk about it much. Everything we structure in our week is a daily focus. We just focus on each day and what we need to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to get ready, and then how we finish on Friday. So we won't change our approach. If anything, man, we'll just be hammering more. Hey, cut your phone off. Quit talking to friends. Hey, cut your family off. Like, that's the hard part. You got to cut everybody off, to be honest with you, because everyone's going to, want to start talking about it. And the moment you start listening, then you're distracted and you don't put in the quality work that you need to be successful.
And then Corey Costner, that interception, he had to rip away.
That's a big play.
The Jesus.
Yeah, and the Jesus is a really, really good player, man. And I thought the guys did a solid job of kind of keeping him under check just a little bit. But, man, that's a big-time play. And so happy for him. His confidence is going to go up. And with him and JP at that position, man, we need both of those guys. And they need each other. And the competition is really, really good there. And just bringing out the best, man. JP's made some plays. Now Corey makes a play. And so now you feel really good about what you have at that position, that whoever's in the game can go make a play like that.
This game kind of highlighted how important Cam Ross is and what he can do, didn't it? It's great to have him back in the return game, and then some big plays on offense. So most definitely, and down the stretch, man, we're in November, right? This is really the championship phase of the season, and every play is going to be critical, and in every aspect of the game, man. Those special teams plays, right? We had some big ones.
that helped, and then we had some where we didn't execute that could potentially hurt us. So every player, and we're going to need everybody on our roster, right? It's that time of year, man. Guys are banged up, they're beat up, man. The guys are going down in the middle of the game. Noah's ankle, flares up on him again. He's down. JT's down. Trail's down with cramping. Heck, Eli cramps on on the touchdown. It's crazy. And so it's next man up, and so you just got to have everybody ready to go. But they're all critical.
Ben York.
Yeah, Ben York ankle. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Mm-hmm. So mostly just I think it's 3 ankles today and then cramps. I think that was it.